Hey all, here with Jeremy Bell from Bell Shaw. Gonna run through what it looks like as a transaction from Jeremy's firm, what our relationship has looked like in the past, and a couple of key technology pieces that we're bringing to the table. So let's kick this off. Jeremy and I have known each other since we were kids. He was a good friend of my brother's in high school, and as we evolved in our professional career, we kept in touch. Jeremy was finishing his law kind of stint in Peoria. We were at a holiday party at my brother's house, and he was kicking around the idea of coming back to Chicago. I was like, hey, come hang out in my office and start a business. And he did.
Yep.
Hasn't left yet. Now we have two offices. He's been an incredible partner for our shop, collaborating both on my business and his business. He's very open minded. He's brought me in on some issues he's had in his firm, which is super flattering. I brought him in on things that we've kind of worked through in our shop, and I've really enjoyed working with Jeremy over the years and helping my firm grow, helping his firm grow. We do obviously share office space, you guys know that. The key piece of technology that we're going to talk about is Payload, electronic earnest money transfer. That's huge. And I'd really like for you, Jeremy, to kick it off with what it looks like when we introduce you via email to a client on a deal that we're working together.
Sure. Well, thanks for having me, Matt. I appreciate it. The first thing we do is, as soon as we get the email from you, we like to send out an intro email that kind of details the process, congratulates the client, makes them feel kind of warm and fuzzy.
Okay, and from there?
From there, we have a system in place. If it's a purchase, we have an assistant named Adriana who kind of runs with it from the back office perspective. We are always the point person. On the sales, we have our paralegal Megan who kind of mimics what Adriana does on the purchases.
Right. One thing I will say is Jeremy doesn't miss a date. Whatever his system is, I think you're using Outlook calendar or some sort of calendar reminder. All the important dates, whether it's attorney review, mortgage contingencies, whatever other outliers there are in a contract, Jeremy's team really acts as part of our team to make sure we're not missing dates from buyer or seller perspective, which has been massively beneficial for me because I don't have anyone on my staff that audits that process. So we really appreciate that. Tell us a little bit about your organization, who's there, and what roles they work in.
Sure. I mean, going back to what you just said, Matt, the one of the reasons why it works so well for us is because we have a dedicated system. Not only do we use technology and we use software, but we have a system that we try and duplicate every time. We try and replicate. And so, like I said before, when we have the intro, from the time we get the intro emails out, throughout all the back office sort of part of the transaction, we're trying to repeat the process. Obviously, there are times where things are different, deals are unique, but overall, we just try and keep with the playbook.
Yeah, we love systems. We love consistency. We preach that here.
Yep.
And it comes through when you're dealing with Jeremy. You'll see that most of you have. If you haven't, Jeremy's info will be on here. I strongly recommend you reach out via email or cell, and he'll connect you with an attorney in his shop that he thinks is a good fit for your business model.
Which, I mean, you asked before, we have 4 attorneys, including myself. It would be, me, my partner, Avni Shah, who I've been with since early 2006. We have Stephanie Wolfson, who is fairly new. She's been with us for several years now, about 5 years or so. She came on in late 2017. We have Belfour Arikavala, who started early 2022. And beyond that, we have, as I mentioned earlier, we have Megan, who's our paralegal, works on the sales with us primarily. But Megan also kind of doubles as an office manager, if you will.
Yep.
She's very, very good with not just you guys, but also with the clients. Clients love her. She's just a very outgoing, bubbly sort of person. And then we have Adriana, who is, again, like I said before, she's our assistant. and she's a killer. She's
Yeah.
great on the
Megan's awesome.
purchases.
Both girls. I get along with the whole staff, so I've been really impressed. And there has been staff that we haven't got along with, and they're no longer
That's
here.
for sure, and they're not, yeah, they're not with us anymore. But one of the things that we really do within our system, we kind of pride ourselves on, and you kind of alluded to this, the communication,
Yeah.
and being responsive and quick in responses. And I think over the years, that's one of the things that has separated us from a lot of law firms, because if you ask clients and realtors alike, that's one of their top 2 or 3 complaints about most attorneys, is that they never get back to them, they're not responsive.
Yeah, and I will tell you, as a broker, all of your referrals reflect on yourself and your transaction. So every partner that you're bringing into this transaction is very important and reflects on your business. The big kicker here, Mark Allen Realty does not hold earnest money. You guys know this, which is where Jeremy and his team come in. We've implemented a company called Payload. We did go on a roadshow, interviewed all of the top tech firms in electronic earnest money transfer. We found them to be the best fit. Jeremy has implemented and onboarded this technology. He'll give you a quick overview of what he likes about it and what you can expect when you're dealing with his firm as a listing broker. Him representing the seller, he will take the earnest money.
Yeah, it's pretty simple, Matt. I mean, what we do primarily is we send a link out to the listing broker. The listing broker will forward that to the buyer's broker, who will then forward it to the buyer. And the buyer then gets, in clicking on the link, you get essentially an intake sheet that you fill out. And once you complete it and you hit send, it sends the earnest money funds directly to our trust account. And it's literally that simple.
Receipts are sent to all the parties. The technology is foolproof. I think I have your ubiquitous link that I could just send automatically. It's one link that goes for every transaction, and once you input the data,
Correct.
It organizes the listing broker, the buyer's broker, and everyone gets receipts automatically.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. Not only will the parties get receipts, but you guys, if there's a lender involved, the lender will get receipt as well, which of course is important.
Great. We love this technology. We're all about organization. We're all about discipline and consistency. And I think this last piece of technology, and again, this speaks to Jeremy's understanding of our growth and technology that we needed. And I brought this to Jeremy. He said, yeah, let's do it. So we really appreciate that. Thanks for joining us here today.
Of course.
This wraps it up. Jeremy's info, like I said, will be on there. Don't be shy. Reach out via email and set up a consultation if you're not already working with him.